Hi everyone, I'm live it seems. Let me know if when you're jumping on, let's say hi. And yeah, I'll just wait a minute or so until people come on and then they can join in. Let me know in the comments, just say hi. That'll be great. Right, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be talking about what hypnosis is and what it definitely isn't, to dispel any of those myths, and also to let you know all the amazing things that you can do with hypnosis. Then I'll be moving on to some practical tips to help you get calm and stay calm and relaxed in whatever time. This difficult time at the moment is obviously a particular challenge, but any time that you feel things building up, the overwhelm, or if you feel like you just can't cope, or you're feeling stressed and worried about something, then these tips will help you to reduce that stress. And then of course, like, the magic is then the hypnosis. But before we do the hypnosis, I'll do a couple of little fun exercises with you to show you how you activate your subconscious mind, your imagination, basically, to help you to achieve what you want to achieve. And then we'll do the hypnosis at the end, and you will be so chilled and relaxed afterwards. So let me know in the comments if you're here, and I'll get started in a second. Okay, right you are. So what is hypnosis and what are its benefits? Well, hypnosis is, I don't know if you know anything about hypnosis. A lot of people don't, and they've just seen weird films about it or read about it, or they've seen stage shows and things like that. But what hypnosis really is, it's a totally natural state of mind with very, very special characteristics. And hypnosis gets your own energy working more for you than against you, because you have everything you need inside of you to achieve your goals. Basically, if you can imagine it, you can achieve it. And hypnosis gets all parts of your brain working together, all of your parts of your mind working together as a team, so that you can achieve your goals. You might consciously want to achieve something. You say, I really want to be like this. But your subconscious mind, your imagination, might be holding you back for whatever reason. And hypnosis helps you to understand what those things are holding you back, and to let them go if they're not necessary anymore. Of course, if it's good that your subconscious mind is keeping you safe from harm and things like that, but there are some things that it thinks will harm you which won't. For example, if you want to reach a new goal, a new financial goal, or a new something, in your business or in your job, your subconscious mind might be holding you back and saying, yeah, but if you do that, then you can't do this, or if you have this, then you can't have that. And hypnosis can help you to unravel that, so that you can get both parts of your mind working together as a team, so that you really can achieve your goals. I often say, I often quote Einstein, who says, logic will get you from A to B, imagination will get you everywhere. And that's exactly what it's all about in hypnosis, is activating the parts of your mind that you might not be using so much, your imagination, to help you to get where you want to go. You're just kind of like inch along, step by step, using your logic and your conscious mind. But if you get your imagination on board too, and that's what hypnosis helps you with, then you can really achieve so much more. Hypnosis helps you to get your it helps you to get your energy working, and it gives you an extraordinary quality of mental, physical and emotional relaxation. Many people feel that hypnosis is just for the relaxation, but of course there are so many other things that you can achieve with hypnosis. I listen to an audio that I've either made myself or one of my teachers has made for me almost every afternoon, as a little kind of like power nap or relaxation nap. And it's just so amazing. After 15 minutes, I'm just like so re-energized afterwards. It's such a deep quality of relaxation, and a lot of people, like I say, use hypnosis purely for this reason, but the potential for hypnosis is just so huge. Once you kind of get into it, you're like, oh, I wonder if you can do this with hypnosis, and I wonder if you can do that with hypnosis. And mostly the answer is yes. Okay. Okie dokie. So the next point is hypnosis allows you to follow through on your plans much better because you're utilizing your subconscious mind and not your conscious thinking mind. So, like I said earlier, hypnosis gets your imagination fired up for change and to achieve the things that you want to achieve. And so you can follow through on your plans much better because you've got all parts of your mind working together, and you're not just having that limited conscious thinking mind part, logical mind, working on your goals. You've got all parts of your mind working together. And in hypnosis, your body and your mind can self-regulate much more naturally without the demands and stresses from outside. So especially in these particularly difficult times, but also in any other time when you might be stressed from the outside world, hypnosis can help you to totally focus on your inner world and help your body and your mind self-regulate naturally, so you can feel much calmer, much more of the time. And you can also kind of like blend out things that might bother you, sounds or feelings like pain. You can reduce them and you can focus on something else instead, and hypnosis can help you to do that. It's like training your mind. There's a part of your mind that you might not have trained very much or never learned. So but who gets taught how to use your imagination? Not many people. Or school and our modern world is all about logic. If you can see it, then you understand it, and if you can't see it, then it doesn't exist. Look at medicine. And it's, if it's not proven with some complicated study, then it doesn't exist. Now that's not true. There are so many things that we don't know about, and so hypnosis can help you to, it can also help you to be willing to make more changes in your life, willing to expand your comfort zone and move beyond your current limitations, because you just realize what potential is for it. It's just unbelievable. When I first discovered hypnosis a number of years ago, I was just like, wow. I was listening to like a generic audio, like a CD, on weight loss, and I was like, wow, if this works and it's generic, it's not even tailor-made for me, what is the potential for, if something was tailor-made for me? And so it's so amazing. And then you see more and more potential. I wonder if I can do this with it, and I wonder if I can do that with it. And you can learn self-hypnosis as well to help you to expand your comfort zone and make more changes in your life, and to feel more willing and excited about it too. Okay. All right then. So what hypnosis is not. This is a very important part. Please bear with me, because a lot of people have a number of different fears, and I was just going to talk about like the 4 main fears that people have about hypnosis and what might hold them back from actually using hypnosis as a fabulous tool to help them achieve their goals. So the first main fear, of course, is loss of control. People think that you're being, controlled by the hypnotist. They might have seen a stage show on holiday or on TV or something like that, where it looks like the hypnotist has the person completely under their control because they're doing everything he says. Now, let me explain the background behind stage shows. So before the show, there's always a warm-up session. Any TV show or stage show, there's a warm-up session to get people excited so that they cheer and shout during the show. And so it looks like people are much more excited than they would have been if they'd just come in, taken their coat off and got on with it. So he'll do some warm-ups with them. And what he'll do is some exercises perhaps similar to the ones that we're going to do in a minute. And he'll pick out the people that were the most suggestible, which means the most coachable. They're open to being coached or open to the suggestions that he makes. Quite simple little exercises, but good fun, and he'll make some fun out of it, and that'll be fine. He'll pick those people out are the most suggestible, so that most responded to his suggestions, and then he'll say to them, who wants to come up on the stage later and be in the show? And the exhibitionists among them will say, yes, me, I want to be up on the stage. And he asks them the magic question, will you do anything that I say? And they give their permission, they say yes. And so when they go up on stage, they do what he suggests to them. And they might be quite outrageous things for you, because you might not be an exhibitionist or an extrovert even. You might be introverted and think, oh my God, I can't believe these people are doing that up there. But they're extrovert, they're exhibitionists. They don't mind doing things like that. And so they've given him the permission, and they're doing what he suggests. Now, if he suggested something to them, if he went too far, normally they're really, really skilled and they know exactly how far they can push people. But if he suggested something to them that went beyond their morals or what they were comfortable doing in front of the camera or in front of the audience, then they still have the power to not do it, because you're completely in control yourself. You are fully aware of what's going on. You have a deep awareness. You're like tuned into your inner world. Even if you might have your eyes open, you're tuned into your inner world, and you can still say no or just not do it. So for example, if he suggested, like, go and kiss that guy over there or strip off naked in front of the audience, then the person could still stop it. If they wanted to do it, then that's fine, then they would do it, and you'd think, oh my goodness, but it's because you're not an exhibitionist or an extrovert. So you still have the power. And of course, in a therapeutic setting, like, the therapist is not going to tell you to do something that you don't want to do. If you find resistance to something that a therapist tells you, suggests for you to do after you've spoken about what you want to achieve, then that's something you can work through and find out where the resistance comes from, or if it's not quite the right wording for you, that's not how you would say it. But of course, the therapist would talk about that beforehand to make sure they get it right, and you can tweak it as you go along. But you can also reject suggestions. So, for example, with this weight loss CD that I was listening to a number of years ago after the birth of my first or second son, I can't remember when I listened to it, she was talking about giving up dairy and gluten, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. I was lying there in trance, relaxed, deeply relaxed, listening to it, just letting it kind of like wash over me what she was saying. And then she talked about giving up, so I just ignored that bit and carried on with the rest, and it still worked. So that's the thing about losing control. You don't lose control. And the thing is with control as well is, if you cling on to it for dear life, you don't really have control. You only have control if you can adjust the level of control. So when we do the little fun exercises in a minute, this will be an exercise also in letting go of control, because control is kind of like the frontal thing, and you want your imagination fired up. So we'll leave control in the corner, we'll call it if we need it, and adjusting the level of control so that you allow your imagination to get fired up to be able to do the things that I suggest. It's nothing scandalous that I'll suggest. It's really good fun. And then it's trainable as well. So you can train your imagination to be more responsive. So it's something that you can do again and again. You can come back and look at this video and train your response to the suggestions that I make. And the more you train it, the more your subconscious mind is on board. And that's brilliant, because then you'll get, more and better results from doing it. Another fear that people have is that they won't hear, or they won't know, or they won't remember what's going on in the session, especially in the hypnosis part. Now, like I said earlier, you go into your inner world, you're deeply relaxed, and sometimes you feel like you drift off, and you're not drifting off to sleep. We use the word sleep in hypnosis, and hypnosis comes from the Greek word hypnos, which means sleep, because there was no other word for it. We just didn't find another word for it. But it's not really sleep as in nighttime sleep. It's sleep of the nervous system. You're just deeply relaxed. And yeah, you might feel like you didn't quite catch what I said there, but it doesn't matter because your subconscious mind is still listening. And if you wanted to know exactly what I was saying, if you ask for the audio or you listen to the end part of this session, then you can listen to it with your eyes wide open, not doing the relaxation part to start with, and you'll know exactly what I say. And there's nothing scandalous. I'm trying to help you here. Okay. So not hearing, not knowing, not remembering. And again, that's connected to the control thing. It's like, I need to be in control. You don't actually. You can adjust the level of your control and allow the suggestions to do their perfect work in your mind, because it's meant to be easy, and it is really easy with hypnosis, because once you've decided to do something and you work with somebody on it, or you listen to this audio, then that's half the battle. You've already decided that's 50% of the work, and the rest of it is just listening to the audio and then going about your daily business, and you'll notice a massive difference in your calmness. You'll be sleeping better. You'll be more relaxed around people who are quite stressful. Just be calmer in general. The more you listen to it, obviously the better it works. You can listen to it every day. You can listen to it twice a day if you want. And on the audio, I put a bit on the end that says, just ignore the last bit that brings you out of the trance and just drift off to sleep. So you can even listen to it in bed before you go to sleep, and it will, it's brilliant. You can listen to it as often as you want. I think it's 12 and a bit minutes long, so anybody can spare that time. Even lock yourself in the bathroom if the kids are driving you nuts, and or lock them in the bathroom. Looking at Ava's comment earlier about locking them in the wardrobe. But yeah, so not knowing, not remembering, no problem whatsoever, because your subconscious mind is still doing its perfect work, and you don't need to know everything. And the final fear is not coming out of trance. People say, well, what if I don't wake up? What if I don't come out of trance? They think it's some kind of like different state, but it's a totally natural state to be in trance. It's deep relaxation. And I say to people who ask me that, do you wake up at the weekend without an alarm? And I'm like, and they're like, yeah. And I'm like, well, that's what happens if you didn't wake up out of trance. And I think I've had one or two clients where they were so deeply relaxed that they didn't come out of trance straight away on the first counting out. So I did it again with a little bit more of a powerful voice. I know how to use my voice. And then they kind of came round and they were fine. But if I just left them, I could just sit there and wait for them to come round, and then all of a sudden they'll just be like, oh, hello, back again. And that's what happens to me sometimes when I listen to my audios in the afternoon. I lie down purposefully because I think if I fall asleep, it's no problem because my subconscious mind is listening, and I've done this for years. And then suddenly I wake up, I kind of like open my eyes and I'm like, oh, it's finished. And I think I must have been there for hours, but I look at the clock and it's only been like 5 or 10 minutes later that I've come round. So I've needed that rest. I've come round again, fine, done my little work on myself with absolutely no effort whatsoever. And then I've come round again. So there's absolutely no worry about not coming out of trance, because it's a natural state of mind and you wake up without an alarm naturally anyway. So yeah, no need to worry about that. Okay. Right, you are. Ah, okay. Right, yeah. If I ask, does the desire to change need to be there first? Yes, of course. You can't force anybody to want to change. This is the amazing thing about hypnosis. People will go to therapy, they'll do this, that, and the other, and they go, oh, I'll give it a try and see if it works. Can't do that with hypnosis. You have to want to change. Even if you don't know what has to change first, you have to want to change. You have to be absolutely ready for change before you can do it, and that is like 50% of the work, and the rest is just the icing on the cake. Is how I facilitate you to get to that change. And I don't have an agenda with anybody. I have my methods, of course, the different things that I use, the different tools that I use in a session with a client, but I never have an agenda. You are the agenda. You come to me with what you want to change and how you'd love to be, and then we work towards that. And I take my cues from my clients. Sometimes we go off on tangents, but it still gets us to the outcome. That's what I'm focusing on, is the outcome that they want to achieve. And so, but you have to absolutely be ready for change and say, yep, I definitely want to do this. and it's fast work. So be prepared to be different, and that's something that some people are not quite ready for yet, because they've been the way they've been for years and years and years. But when you get to that stage where you say, I'm fed up, I don't want this anymore, I want to change, that's when hypnosis is perfect for you to make that change, because you're halfway there already. I hope that answers your question. Okay, so who am I and what do I do? Just a little brief intro. I'm Suzanne Dinter, and I mostly help women, and I mostly help online business owners and corporate professionals believe in themselves and their dreams at a deep core level, and help them turn them into reality by reactivating the confidence inside of them that they were born with, so that you learn to look after yourself and love yourself better, and learn to trust your instincts again and not look outside of you to find the solutions to your problems. Most of the solutions to our problems and things that we want to achieve are inside of us, and I help you activate that. You know, a lot of people have been taught, you know, we're taught at school, it's like you've got to look outside of you to find. No, we're never taught to look inside of us to find what we need, and 99% of what we need is actually inside of us. So I can help people to trust their instincts again, do what's right for them rather than what they've been brought up to believe or what they think everybody else think they should be doing. To learn to know what's right for them. Unless you're breaking the law, there's absolutely no reason why you shouldn't be doing what's right for you rather than what everybody else thinks you should be doing, even if it's the complete opposite. And I help people to let go of destructive perfectionism, for example, and strive for excellence instead, because that's often like something that makes them procrastinate or not move forwards in their lives because of this perfectionism. It's a fear of criticism, a fear of rejection, and so I help them to let go of that and to just feel happier in their own skin. And I do this with transforming therapy, which is a modality that gets to the root of the issues that are holding people back and releases it, so that you can truly become who you want to be in just a handful of sessions. I mean, I went to therapy 20 years ago for 2 years every single week, and I really can't tell you what I achieved, because I was doing like loads of stuff myself. I was reading tons of books and stuff, and I really don't know what I achieved in those 2 years. Whereas I work with my clients now for only 4 sessions. I used to offer 6, but after about 4 sessions, they were like, I'm done. You fixed me and a shit ton of other stuff as well. We don't need any more. So I actually, at the beginning of this year, reduced my package to just 1 package, 4 sessions, and you're done. So be prepared for a wonderful transformation if you're interested in something like that. No, the person doesn't need to know what their block is. No, that's the thing. If it's a subconscious block, you often don't know what it is. Sometimes you know perhaps what event in your life it was that caused this block, but through transforming therapy and through doing the work that I do, you know, I use regression, I use feelings work. There are a number of different tools, methods that I can use to help you to unravel it. You see the connection. Some people come to me and say, it was this incident and I just can't get past it, and my dad said to me this, this and this. And then in the session they're like, or after the session they're like, oh my God, I'd never realized that connection. That's why it's holding me back right now. But they've let go of it, and they've, you know, found forgiveness and closure and things like that. They might not find forgiveness, but they might say they're prepared for forgiveness, or they're prepared to let it go. And there's just like such a massive aha moment when they're out of trance and they're like, oh right, now I know why it was holding me back. I always knew it was that incident. Sometimes they don't know which incident it was, if it's something in the past that was holding them back. But no, you don't have to know what their block is to be able to clear it. And that's where I come in to help you. I facilitate you so that you can help clear the stuff. And, you know, I'm not forcing you to go in a certain direction. You go in whatever direction you go in, and because you're the agenda. The only thing I'm aiming for is the outcome. And sometimes I think, did we get that outcome? But we do, because in a kind of like roundabout sort of way. It's not a straight line. It's like higgledy-piggledy, but we get there. And that's the most important thing. And yeah, I've helped a lot of people unravel a lot of stuff and let go of it, and then you just don't need it anymore. It doesn't bother you anymore after hypnosis. Some people spend years and years on tapping and journaling and this and this, and it's like, well, if you get to the root of that problem with hypnosis, it's gone, and you don't actually need to do all that work anymore. You might need to peel off another layer later on. I had a woman worked with me at the end of 2018, beginning of 2019, did some wonderful work. She went off, just up leveled in her business so much. And then she came back again at the beginning of this year and she said, right, I'm ready for the next level. And so we worked for another 4 sessions, and whoosh, she's going off onto the next level now. Let go of some more stuff, and wonderful. But it's just like, you just do the sessions. She also said back then, she said, oh, well, maybe we can continue doing some work like every week or every month. And I said, that's not the way hypnosis works. You come to me with a particular thing you want to change. We work out how you want to be if you haven't quite worked out how that is yet, and then we do it, and then you go off and do your work. She has the audios that I make, because I make audios for all my clients. So like the audio that I'll be sending to you if you're interested after the deep relaxation session, or which is the deep relaxation session, I make audios for my clients after every session, so they listen to that, and then they have a whole kind of library of audios that they can listen to if they're having a bit of a wobble or something, or they're up leveling, going to a new level, and they can listen to the audio. If they think, no, there's something more that's holding me back, then they can come back for some more sessions. But it's not like therapy where you sign up and then, you sign away an hour a week for the next 2 years. I don't string my clients along like that. I get them fast results and let them go to be independent and do their own thing again, because that's the most important thing. Yeah, can we work on multiple issues at the same time? Yeah, sometimes they're related. And sometimes after the first or second session, we're like, there seems to be more than one issue here. So yeah, obviously not everybody only needs 4 sessions, but like 95% of my clients need 4 sessions. If there's more stuff, then that's up to the client whether they want to do some more sessions or not, to unravel more stuff. But it's quite intensive work, so they're mostly happy after 4. Some might add like a top-up session on top and do some more, but sometimes these problems are actually related to each other, but you can't actually see how they're related to each other until we get to the deep work, and then it's really, really clear. So yeah, so great. So next part, some ideas to help you feel calm and relaxed in your everyday life. Limit the news that you watch and you listen to, please. If you're watching TV news and you're listening to it obviously at the same time, you get sucked into it, and that is a form of everyday trance. Okay, everybody says, oh, trance, that's so weird. It's not. People are in trances all the time. Some people are in a trance Monday to Friday doing the job that they hate, and then they suddenly wake up out of the trance at the weekend. Watching the news is very similar. You get sucked into it. I know when I used to watch a lot more telly than I did, my husband used to talk to me and I wouldn't notice, and then I go, huh? And he'd say, I've been talking to you and I didn't, you didn't, because I was sucked into the TV and I was in a trance. Have you ever driven anywhere, a regular drive that you do, and you're like, I don't remember that bit of the journey? That's because you were in a trance. So news puts you in a trance. It's full of negativity. It's there to suck you in even deeper because it wants you to keep watching, consuming the news and the adverts and all that kind of stuff. And it's fear-based. So just please limit the amount of news that you watch. What about reading an article from a quality newspaper and setting yourself a timer? Say, right, I'm going to only read for half an hour and then put it down, and that's enough news for today. I rush to the radio if we have that on in the morning and switch the volume off if the news comes on, because A, I don't want my kids to be influenced by the negativity in the news, and B, I don't want to ruin my morning with a load of negativity and doom and gloom. I want to choose when I listen to it or read it, and not in the morning and not late at night before I go to bed. That's the best way to feel calm and relaxed, is not consume news early morning and late at night. Self-care. Put your own oxygen mask on first before you put the mask on of others. What can you do that fills you with joy and peace and grounds you? You could maybe phone a positive friend or someone who makes you laugh. You can limit the time that you spend with people who are negative, on the phone, for example. If they're like talking about all the doom and gloom, limit it. You're still there for them. You can still be compassionate towards them, but you don't have to be sucked into their world for half an hour and feeling, especially if you take on other people's energy like I often do. You don't have to do that. You have a short, find an excuse to get off the phone if necessary and reduce that time so that you're looking after yourself. um, go for go for a walk, have a bath, leave your phone at home, just listen to be mindful of what's going on around you, the birds and in the trees. Or if you can't go out, if you can go on your balcony or in your garden and just be grounded in the moment and breathe. Make sure you get enough sleep, because traumatic times like now are exhausting, so make sure you're getting enough sleep. I slept most of yesterday and then I still went to bed at 10 o'clock and got up at 6. I was quite amazed, but it's because it's all exhausting, plus hay fever at the moment is quite bad. But make sure you're getting enough sleep, because if you haven't had enough sleep, then you're going to be more stressed. So the stress is programmed for the next day, and you'll your stress and anxiety, worry will be higher, the levels will be higher. If you had enough sleep, then that's the best basis for being relaxed and calm during the day. Okay, so yeah, breathing is really, really important. Ground yourself in the moment. Just stare out of a window with a beautiful view, or take in some fresh air, or look at a lovely picture of a beach or whatever, and just breathe a few times. That will help to ground you. And another thing that I often find with my clients is that they don't really know themselves all that well. And what I mean by know themselves is, I love to do personality tests, and the one that really got me was the Gallup Strengths Test, the GALLUP Strengths Test. It's also called Clifton Strengths, I think, because I was like, I only did it a few years ago, and I'm like, oh my God, there's a little man in there who's been watching me all this time, and he knows exactly who I am and how I am and how I like to do things. And the top 5 or top 10 strengths that came out of this survey was just so phenomenal, but it also describes how you can use them in your everyday life and in your work. And a few years ago when I went for a job, I was like, right, responsibility is one of my top strengths. So I'm like this. They asked me, that's right, they asked me, have I ever done this task before? And I said, no, but give it to me, no problem. I can do it because I love working things out. I love learning as well, which is another one of my strengths. And I can work it out, and I take on the responsibility and see it through to the end. So if you know what your strengths are, then you can also check to see if the job you're doing is something that's aligned with your strengths. And also, there's no point on working on your weaknesses, because you're never going to get stronger with those. So if you know what your weaknesses are, then you can ask people for help, and you can delegate that stuff to other people, so that you don't feel stressed by all the things that you can't do very well. You're never going to do them very well, so just delegate them to someone else. Another thing I found out last year was that I'm highly sensitive. Like, what the hell is that? I'm highly sensitive. I did the test in the book, The Highly Sensitive Person by Elaine Aron, and I'm like, oh my God, I tick almost all the boxes. Now I can explain to people, after I read that book, it was like so many light bulb moments. I'm like, oh my God, I'm not weird. I'm just one of the 20% who are highly sensitive. Of course, the 80% of non-highly sensitive people are going to think we're weird. But if I can explain to people, listen, I just can't cope with too many noises going on at the same time, or I need time to sleep more, or after a strenuous time, then I need to regenerate afterwards. If I can express that to people and tell them, yeah, that's just the way I am, then that helps me a lot, and it also helps them to help me. Are you ADHD? Are you introvert? Are you extrovert? Find out who you are. There's a 16 personalities test. There's the Myers-Briggs test. but find out as much as you possibly can about yourself, and then you can, you can ask people for help in the areas that you're not very good at dealing with, and you know exactly who you are and how to help yourself. Another thing is, especially when you want to achieve something, is be careful what you say to yourself. The changing the thoughts and the images in your mind to make them positive is so, so important. So when a client comes to me to start with, I always ask them on the form, what do you want to change? How do you want to be? And they say, I want to get rid of self-doubt. And how would I like to be? I'd like to have less self-doubt. Just a simple example. I say, okay, that's a great start and that's wonderful. You know what you want to change, but let's rephrase this into something positive, because your subconscious mind only hears self-doubt, self-doubt, self-doubt. If you say, I don't want to have self-doubt anymore. Subconscious mind is the primitive part of your brain, doesn't understand the negative, so it will just hear self-doubt. So if you change it around, how do you want to be? Okay, I want to be confident, I want to be relaxed, I want to trust my instincts. Now we're getting there. And that's what your subconscious mind understands. In fact, your subconscious mind doesn't actually care what you tell it. As long as you tell it something positive that you want to achieve, then you're going to achieve it. So if you remind yourself and you tell yourself, I am confident, use the present tense, I am confident, I am calm, I am relaxed, even if you're not actually feeling it right now, or you haven't got there, wherever there might be yet, use the present tense, because your subconscious mind will go, oh, calm and relaxed, I can do that. If you say, I don't want to be anxious, don't want to worry about this anymore, then all it hears is worry, 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 and it will give you more of the same. So make sure that the pictures in your mind and the words in your mind are positive ones. Okay. And praise yourself. Final point, praise yourself, because it's so easy. I'm one of those types of people that ticks something off their list and goes next, rather than sitting back. I have to remind myself to reflect on all the things that I've achieved up to now. So praise yourself for all the little things that you have managed to do, even if it's drag yourself out of bed and post something on Facebook or whatever you need to do for your business or for your work, and praise yourself for it. It's like training a muscle. Okay, so the more you do it, the better you get at it. It's like the gratitude thing as well. The more you practice gratitude, the more gratitude you feel, and the more you praise yourself, the less you need it from outside. Okay, you don't need it from other people to confirm how you are and how good a job you're doing. Praise yourself. If you get them praise from outside, from somebody else, it's nice, but you don't need it, because sometimes people have like ulterior motives. Praise yourself, and then your tank is full. And then if a little bit of negative criticism comes your way, then you know that criticism has more to say about that person who criticized you than it does about you, because your praise tank is full. Okay, and that keeps you calm and relaxed. Right, just see the okie dokie. Right, so you ready now for the first exercise? It's great fun. Well, it's not exercise, but it's a fun little thing that we're going to do. So just giving you the instructions. You don't need to do it right now, but just listen. Okay, I want you to sit on the edge of your seat with your back up, sitting upright, and put both your feet flat on the floor. Stretch both arms out straight in front of you. Reach out as far as you can, and you can have your shoulders relaxed. Have your left hand facing down and your right hand with the palm up so that it faces the ceiling, and curl the fingers of your right hand slightly. And then I'm going to start the directions by counting from 3 to 1. And as I count 3 to 1, first you fix your eyes on a spot on the ceiling, so keep your head straight, but look up. 3, 2, 1, and close your eyelids down. And the moment that your eyelids close down, I want you to imagine that in your right hand I'm placing a plastic bucket. The handle of that bucket will go in the palm of your right hand. And in that bucket there's wet sand which weighs about 20 pounds. And as the bucket goes into your hand and you hold that picture in your imagination, you'll begin to feel the weight pulling your right hand down, down, down. Remember to keep your fingers curled, because if you uncurl them, the bucket might fall off. And at the same time that I put the bucket in your right hand, I'm going to tie a string around your left wrist. And on the other end of that string is a huge helium-filled balloon. And because helium is lighter than air, when I let go of the balloon, it's going to tug your left hand right on up, higher and higher, as the right hand is being pulled down, down, down. Okay, so remember, you don't need your control. We can put that in the corner. Just let your imagination do its perfect work. Okay, so stretch your arms out now. Relax your shoulders. Stretch your arms out as far as you can. Right hand facing upwards, fingers curled. Left hand, palm facing downwards. Okay, get ready now. Fix your eyes on a spot on the ceiling above you, or look as if you're looking into your eyebrows. 3, 2, 1. Close your eyelids down. Now I'm reaching out and I'm putting the bucket into your right hand. There it is. It's got 20 pounds of wet sand in it. You feel that weight. Be careful, don't let it pull your arm down too quickly, but on the other hand, don't struggle and let it and try to force your arm up in order to show how strong you are. And now I'm going to tie the string around your left wrist. Here I go now. It's tied. And on the other end of that string is a huge helium-filled balloon. And it begins to draw your left hand right on up, higher and higher, coming up, moving up, as your right hand is being pulled down, down, down. What colour is your bucket? Become aware of the colour of the bucket. What colour is your balloon as your left hand is being pulled higher and higher and higher, and your right hand is being pulled down, down, down? As you test your imagination, as you begin to become aware of your left arm rising higher and higher, and your right arm is being drawn down. Your right arm is being pulled down, and your left arm is going up and up and up, higher and higher. Now I want you to stop, don't move a muscle. Hold your arms exactly as they are and open your eyes. Look at where your arms are. Okay, now you can relax them. How did you do? Did you surprise yourself there? Were your arms further apart than you thought, or closer together than you thought? Write in the comments. Did your arms feel light and heavy? Was one perhaps even warmer than the other? Let me know. Whatever your response, the fact that you responded, however big or small the movement, however light or heavy your arms felt, your subconscious mind responded to the suggestions, and that's wonderful. There was no bucket with heavy sand. There was no helium-filled balloon. You might have had a colour of your bucket and balloon as well. There is no balloon. There is no bucket. Your subconscious mind responded to the suggestions that they were there. And since your subconscious mind clearly has the power to move your arms and respond to the suggestions, it certainly has the power to carry out all the desired suggestions for the things that you want to achieve. And that's how hypnosis works. Just check to see if there are any comments. Excellent. Very heavy right arm. Excellent, Margaret. That's great. Your right arm was higher. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Okay, but you responded, you see. Wonderful. And like I said earlier, your responsiveness is how coachable you are. And this is something everybody can train. So if your hands were just like, hang on a minute, this way around, just this far apart or this far apart, you can train it to, if it's only this far apart or hardly at all, or you felt like you were resisting, you were trying to think about it more, that's wonderful. That's why we're doing these exercises, so that you learn to let go of the control. We'll leave it in the corner. Thank you very much, control. Don't need you right now. Well, we're practicing using our imagination, which is something that most people have never ever been trained to use. And some people are quite surprised. They think they've never been trained to use it, but they are very, very suggestible, which is great. And that's why we're going to do another exercise in a sec. Okay, are you ready? So this one you can sit back comfortably. in your chair, sit back comfortably, place both hands loosely on your thighs, not touching each other, and rest your 2 feet flat on the floor as last time. Okay, so in a moment I'm going to ask you to close your eyelids down. I'm just giving you the instructions right now. And when they're closed, I'll begin counting from 1 up to 20. And as I count, I'll suggest that a light, easy, pleasant feeling moves into your right hand and into your right arm. Okay, so this is your lap, and this is your right hand on your lap, okay, because you can't see mine, so I'm just demonstrating. Okay, so I'll suggest, as I count, I'll suggest that a light, easy, pleasant feeling moves into your right hand and into your right arm. And as I continue counting, that feeling grows stronger and stronger. Then soon you feel the first slight movement, a slight movement of the fingers and twitching of the muscles. And then your hand begins to lift. It's lifting already before I've even got that far. Your arm begins to lift and it continues moving, lifting and rising until it comes to rest over on your body. Now, when you feel that movement in your hand and in your arm, and it's moving and lifting and rising and coming over to rest upon your body, don't try to resist. You could if you chose to, but that's not why you're doing this exercise. It's not an exercise to check your capacity for resistance. It's an exercise to check your capacity to respond. Okay. All right. Are you ready now? Sit back comfortably. Put your hands loosely on your thighs, not touching each other, feet flat on the floor. Get ready now. 3, 2, 1. Close your eyelids down now. I want you now to focus your attention down to your right hand. Without moving your fingers or your hand, become aware of the material in the clothing beneath your fingertips. Now I'm going to ask you to become even more aware, to increase your sensitivity. Explore with your mind what's going on in and around your right hand. For example, is your hand warm, hot, cool, cold? Having made that decision, check it out in comparison to your left hand. Is your left hand's temperature different from that of your right hand? Now, with your mind, go back to your right hand and check this. Is the palm of your right hand dry or damp? Go back and check the left hand. Is it the same as the right hand or is it different? Now over to the right hand once again. I want you to pick up the beating of the pulse in the wrist. Focus on that. Become very sensitive to it. And as I count from 1 up to 20, that light, easy, pleasant feeling moves into your right hand and into your right arm. And as I continue counting, that feeling grows stronger and stronger. Soon you'll feel the first slight movement of the fingers and twitching of the muscles. Then your hand begins to lift. Your arm begins to lift and it continues moving, lifting and rising until it comes to rest upon your chest or maybe your chin or your cheek or even the top of your head. It's all good. When you feel that movement in your hand and in your arm, don't try to resist. You could if you chose to, but that's not why you're here. Just let your subconscious mind do its perfect work. Number 1, the first light, easy sensation moves into the fingertips of your right hand. Number 2, the feeling is spreading around beneath the fingernails. On number 3, it's moving up to the first joint of the fingers. Number 4, the first light movement begins taking place, slight movements of the fingers and twitching of the muscles. Number 5, that light sensation spreads across the back of your hand. Number 6, it's moving up and spreading up towards your wrist. Now on number 7, at the same time, your left hand and arm begin to feel very heavy, beginning to feel just as heavy as lead. While on number 8, the light sensation spreads through the palm of your right hand and it's beginning to move and to lift and to rise. Now on number 9, that light sensation has spread up and into your wrist. Number 10, from the fingertips all the way up to your wrist, your hand is light and free and beginning to lift, just as light as a feather floating in the breeze and even lighter, as light as a helium-filled balloon. Just as a helium-filled balloon will rise and float towards the ceiling, in the same way that right hand is moving and lifting and rising. That's great. Number 11, Think of your left hand now, and your left hand feels as heavy as lead. Number 12, your right hand is moving and lifting and rising. 13, it's spreading up towards your elbow now. While on 14, your hand is moving, lifting and rising, and it may go all the way to where it's pointing towards the ceiling. On 15, into your elbow now. Your hand is so light and free that it's moving and lifting and rising, and you're letting it happen, and it feels so good. It's coming up and moving up until it comes to rest upon your body. And as you feel that movement, just let your hand continue to rise. You're doing so well. On 16, just rising and rising. On number 17, moving and lifting and rising. On number 18, that's it now. Let it continue. Moving, lifting and rising. Number 19, that's good. On the next number now, the hand is moving in towards your body. Number 20, moving in and touches your body. Closer and closer. It's moving in now. Just let your subconscious mind do its perfect work. Let your imagination do the perfect work. Your hand is moving in to touch your body now. It's moving in closer and closer until it comes to rest upon your body. That's great. Now I'm going to count from 3 down to 1, and as I count, your hand drops limply into your lap. 3, 2, 1. Let it drop limply. That's good. Now I'm going to count from 1 up to 3, and as I count, let your eyelids open, feeling fully awake and alert. 1, 2, 3. Let your eyelids open now. How do you feel? How do you feel? Did you surprise yourself there? Did your hands feel different? Was one warmer than the other? Was one drier than the other? Was one lighter than the other? Did you feel a tingling or a twitching sensation in either hand? Did your hand move? Did it rise up? And did it touch your body? Whatever your response, you did really well, because all of these differences between your hands, whether they were tiny differences or big differences, they're all subconscious responses to suggestions only. There is absolutely no reason that one hand should feel lighter or different to the other one. And the good news is that with practice, you can improve your response too. And again, with this exercise, since the subconscious mind clearly has the power to lift the hand off the lap, it certainly has the power to carry out all the desired suggestions that you'll hear in the upcoming hypnosis part of the session to get deeply relaxed and calm. Okay, are you ready to do this? Oh, interrupted again, Aoife. Okay, but you're feeling zen. Excellent. Well, this is the bit where you'll feel really, 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 really zen. And you'll just be like, oh my God, I can't believe that was only such a short time. I feel like I've had a whole night's sleep. So you can still sit comfortably, exactly as you were for the last exercise, okay? And lock the door beforehand, before you get comfortable, and just tell them to bugger off and leave you alone. Okay, so it's time to enjoy a very pleasant and relaxing experience, so make sure that you're comfortable. You can remove glasses or shoes or any restrictive clothing if you want to, and make sure that you won't be disturbed. So switch off your devices and the doorbell as well. Put pets in another room and tell your family not to interrupt you. You'll be back in a short while. While you're listening, your relaxed attention is required. So for your safety, please make sure you're not doing anything else. Okay, you cannot do this and operate machinery or drive a car, so please do not do this. Save it for a later date if you're listening on replay. And while you're listening, if your relaxed attention is needed elsewhere for any reason, you just open your eyes and you're fully aware and active immediately. Okay. Now sit or lie back comfortably with your legs slightly separated, your arms by your sides, not touching your body, or on your lap if you're sitting and not touching each other. Look up as high as you can without moving your head, so keep your head straight. Look up as high as you can, as if you were looking to a spot on the ceiling or your eyebrows, and take a deep breath in. Exhale slowly sleep now. Keeping your eyes up, take a second and even deeper breath. Exhale slowly. Sleep now. Keeping your eyes up, take a third deep breath. Exhale slowly. Sleep now. Just let your eyelids close down and let each muscle and nerve begin to get loose and limp and relaxed. Let all your cares and tensions just begin fading away. You are now relaxing more with each sound that you hear. And with each easy breath that you take, you're going deeper into drowsy relaxation. Now, with each easy breath that you take, allow the relaxation to spread all over your body, from your head to your toes to your fingertips. Let each easy breath send you deeper and deeper into hypnotic relaxation. Let the relaxation spread now through the top of your head, down through the back of your head, through the base of your skull, through the back of your neck. Let the relaxation spread from the top of your head down to your forehead area, through your eyes, through your nose, through your cheeks and jaws, through your mouth to your tongue. Let the relaxation spread into the neck and throat area. Let your neck and shoulders relax and let all of your muscles in your neck become loose and limp, just like loose elastic bands. Just let that relaxation spread down from your shoulders, down your arms, into your elbows, spreading down through your forearms and into your wrists and hands, and into your fingers and thumbs. Let all of those muscles relax more and more. Now let the relaxation spread from your shoulders down along your back, through all the muscles in your back, down along your spine, resting, relaxing and letting go. Let the relaxation spread through the front and sides of your body. Let the chest muscles relax so that your breathing becomes more relaxed, deeper and easier. Just as you breathe at night when you are deep and sound asleep. Let the relaxation spread from your chest down into your stomach area, into your hips and waist, soothing and relaxing and letting go. As you go deeper and deeper into hypnotic relaxation. Now let the relaxation spread into your legs, through the upper part of your legs, spreading down to your knees, into the lower part of your legs, resting, relaxing and letting go. More and more. Let those calf muscles, like all of your muscles, become loose and limp like loose elastic bands. Let the relaxation spread down from your legs into your ankles and into your feet and down to the tips of your toes, relaxing more and more and more. Now let the relaxation spread inside your body through every organ and gland, through every nerve and every muscle. Let all of your muscles grow loose and limp like loose elastic bands. Let the relaxation spread into every tissue and every cell, through every part of your body, relaxing more and more and more. And let a soothing, comforting blanket of relaxation spread all over your body. And in a moment, I'm going to count from 10 down to 1. And with each number I count, you're going to enter a deep level of hypnotic relaxation. Number 10. Every muscle and every nerve becomes more loose, more limp and more relaxed. Number 9. Let a wave of relaxation spread deeply all through your body. Number 8. You're relaxing more with each breath that you take. With each sound that you hear, you're going deeper into drowsy relaxation. Number 7. Every muscle and every nerve so loose and limp and relaxed. Number 6. You're drifting down towards a new and deeper level of hypnotic relaxation. Number 5. You're halfway down. When I reach the count of 1, I'll say the words, deeply relaxed now. and you will then be aware that you are more deeply relaxed than you've been before. Number 4, each muscle, every nerve, turning loose, relaxing. You're drifting down, deeper and deeper into hypnotic relaxation. Number 3, going down, deeper and deeper into drowsy relaxation. Number 2, on the next number I'll say the words deeply relaxed now, and you will then be aware that you are enjoying a very pleasant state of hypnotic relaxation. Number 1, deeply relaxed now. Just relax and go deeper into a profound hypnotic relaxation. As you go deeper, you are realizing that each time you relax, you are learning to relax more easily, more deeply, more quickly. From now on, the less effort you make, the more your relaxation develops. As you go deeper, ever deeper into your relaxation. In your everyday life, you use the active, dynamic form of relaxation, relaxed and calm, whatever you're doing, wherever you are, whoever you're with. You're more relaxed, calmer, and more confident, so you are able to be yourself more, to be able to see things in perspective. You cope more effectively, more successfully. You're more confident and positive. You appreciate yourself more. You're peaceful and grounded in the moment. Whatever comes, you have the resources to deal with it. You are strong and resilient. You have phenomenal coping skills. You look after yourself well so that you can look after others. You are letting go of the shoulds and instead asking yourself, what can I do? How am I feeling? What do I need right now? And you give yourself whatever you need. You have all the mental, spiritual, and emotional resources necessary, and you are activating them right now, and you activate them whenever you need them. You are letting go of expectations and outcomes and allowing your subconscious mind to do its perfect work. Each time you sit or lie down to relax, you're learning to relax more and more deeply, more easily, more quickly from now on. And as you continue to rest and relax more and more, you can now let yourself drift off to the most pleasant scenes or images of your imagination. Or if you wish, just follow a relaxing train of thought in your mind as you go deeper and deeper into relaxation. And there are no limits to your relaxation. Each day you are living in the present moment, creatively, spontaneously, feeling more and more at peace and at ease with yourself, more confident and positive in dealing with situations and people because you are so calm and relaxed in your mind. Your body is calmer and more relaxed, and all the functions of your body are working better and better from now on. Keep your mind calm and more relaxed, and keeping your body calm and relaxed. And each time you sit down or lie down to relax, you're learning to relax more and more easily, more and more deeply, and more quickly from now on. You feel good, you feel peaceful and free, deeply relaxed and calm. And if you ever forget and allow your thinking mind to take over, you gently remember again and remind yourself to take a few deep breaths and to relax and feel peaceful and calm, grounded in the moment. You have everything you need. You're resilient and resourceful, and it feels so good. The words I've said to you here are being absorbed deeply into your mind and are working there in accordance with your own wishes. You feel peaceful and free. You feel deeply relaxed and calm. You are learning the art of relaxation. Each time you relax, you are relaxing more easily, more deeply, more and more quickly from now on. The less effort you make, the more your relaxation responds as you go deeper, ever deeper into your relaxation. Now I'm going to count from 1 to 5, and then I'll say fully aware. At the count of 5, your eyes are open. You're fully aware then. feeling calm, rested, refreshed and relaxed. All right. 1. Slowly, calmly, easily and gently you're returning to your full awareness once again. 2. Each muscle and nerve in your body is loose and limp and relaxed, and you feel wonderfully good. 3. From head to toe you're feeling perfect in every way. Physically perfect, mentally perfect, emotionally calm and serene. On number 4, your eyes begin to feel sparkling clear, just as though they were bathed in cold spring water. On the next number I count, eyelids open, fully aware, feeling calm, rested, refreshed, relaxed, invigorated and full of energy. Number 5, you're fully aware now. Eyelids open, take a deep breath and stretch. How are you feeling? Oh, have a good yawn and a stretch. How are you feeling? Now, if you felt like, I'm sure you're feeling calm and relaxed now, because it's really almost impossible not to when you listen to that and drift off. How did you feel? Did you feel like you were like sinking into the sofa or the chair that you were sitting on, or did you feel like you were floating? They are all excellent signs of a good trance. Did you feel warmer or cooler? They are good responses too. Excellent. I'm glad you liked it, Margaret. Did you feel like it was for ages and ages? It was only 12 minutes. Or did you feel like it was a split second? And you're like, oh, they are all excellent signs of trance. Okay, so your awareness of what was going on around you was blended out and you were totally in your inner world. Like I said right at the beginning of this session, you can blend it all out. So all this chaos that's going around us at the moment, you can blend it out and tune into your inner world and get really, really calm and grounded and relaxed. You get your mind and body working in harmony with each other, syncing. That's great, Margaret. Excellent. Okay, and if you've got a mirror to hand, have a look at the whites of your eyes. If they're a little bit red, that's an excellent sign of trance as well. Or if your eyes will feel a bit watery, brilliant. All excellent responses. And yeah, you might feel that this calmness will continue for the rest of the day. And if you'd like to have this last part as an audio to listen to every day, then write a comment in here. Write hashtag replay if you're watching later, or just write a comment right now and let me know, and I can message you and send it to you for free of charge, of course. Okay. You can listen to it as often as you want. You can listen to it in the morning to set you up for the day. You can listen to it before you fall asleep, so literally when you're in bed, because I've got a bit on the end that doesn't bring you out of the trance, out of the deep relaxation. It just says just ignore that last bit and drift off into deep sleep, deep and restful sleep, and wake up at your usual time feeling refreshed and invigorated and full of energy. And again, it's a practice thing, so listen to it on a daily basis for a number of days, weeks, months, even if you wanted to. And if you feel maybe anxiety levels creeping back in again, or your sleep is not as deep as you had been while you were listening, then go back and listen to it again. Okay, you've got to help yourself. You've got to know that you want to do this, and you've got the tools now to be able to do this to help you. And if you see the potential for hypnosis for so many other things, you're like, oh my God, I just realized this, if like this was generic, I didn't tailor make it to you personally and your individual worries and things and situation and how you'd like to be. If you realize also, like I did back then years ago, that something so generic like this can change the way you feel about stuff, and you'd like to work with me individually on something that you want to achieve, then just send me a message and we can set up a chat on Zoom to talk about this, because I work with people online. Like 99% of the time I work online anyway, and those clients who are coming to me locally, we've been doing it online, and it's just as good. It works just like this. I can see you and we can talk about it, and we can tailor make it to what you need and what you want to achieve. I mainly work with online business owners and coaches who want to achieve growth in their business or get promotion if they work in corporate. But there's just so much potential for this. It's unbelievable. I also help people overcome imposter syndrome, where they don't feel good enough, or they don't feel worthy enough, or they think, who am I to do this, or I feel like a fake. And hypnosis can really help you to overcome those feelings and just leave it completely behind you. Excellent. Costs, yes, sorry, you mentioned cost before and I just glazed over it. So I was concentrating on what I was doing in my plan. Okay, excellent. Eyes watery, excellent, loved it, great. Okay, costs. I have a 4-week program. That's the only way that you can work with me, is one-on-one. It's purely tailor-made to you, 4 sessions, and it costs $699 US. We can set up a free discovery call to talk about it, to see what you want to achieve, how you'd like to be, and how I can help you. And that's what I find gets the most brilliant results, because it's not a program, it's a package. I tailor make it to you exactly, and we go where you go with your imagination and with the things that you want to resolve or let go of. And it's quite transformational. It's fast, effective, really easy. You listen to your audio after the session to keep you going for the rest of the week, and then we have the next session. So we have 4 weeks, a session a week, and then you're done. Okay, all right, thanks ever so much, and I'm really pleased that I could help you today to feel calm and relaxed, and to also show you what hypnosis is, because so many people have, like, worries about hypnosis, but it's totally fine and it's totally natural. It's just using your imagination. That's what it is, to get what you want. Okay, all right, that's it from me today, and if you have any more questions, please pop them in the comments and I'll come back to them later. All right, thanks a lot. Bye.